morning everybody, and welcome to the 5th episode of NovELTies, the life of a teacher researcher. Now I told you I had some good news for you. Good news is I'll be teaching this year as well at the Blanquerna at the Ramon Llull University here in Barcelona. And I'll be implementing together with my supervisor from my Ph.D, Olga Esteve, a subject called the foreign language teacher as a changed agent. Now you might wonder, what on earth is this whole change agent thing about? Well, it's very closely related to my research. Remember that I told you last week about the sociocultural theory from Vygotsky and how thanks to mediation we can all learn from one another in the classroom and little by little become more independent and autonomous speakers of the language? Well, it's basically based on this. As James Lanzhoff explains in one of his well-known books, he explains that sociocultural theory is all about agency. But what exactly is agency? And how is this related to my research? As I walk through the gardens of the Blanquerna University, let me try to explain you what exactly agency is. Now, agency is a concept that has been written a lot about the last few years. However, there are different points of view when it comes down to actually describing agency and what it is. And so I've been doing a lot of reading and I came to my own conclusion about what agency is. And it's very similar to what Stetsenko explains. Each and every single student is a world on its own. And therefore we have our own ways of doing, we have our own knowledge, but we also have our own ways of being. Now what I've been observing at the schools that I've been and the teachers that I've observed is that we focus a lot on how the students carry out their actions and the things that they learn. So we continuously transform our knowledge and our doing. However, all the exercises are based on doing these exercises, but we all do them in the same way. Which is weird because we are all different worlds. Therefore, I think the ultimate goal for us as teachers is to help students become the persons that they already are, but in another language. And therefore, this does not only imply that we try to help them transform their knowledge so they can just do the activities. We have to try to help students to actually involve their own ways of being in the language. So therefore, the research question of my PhD project is, how can we enable high school students through formal instruction to not only develop their doing and their knowledge, but also their being, so that little by little they can become those social agents in control of the language, to become those persons who they already are, but in the other language. And so, for this reason, I developed my own pedagogical approach, which is called the agency-based communicative pedagogical approach. It's a mouthful. Let me write it down for you. So I wrote down my approach on the board, the name, which is the agency-based communicative pedagogical approach. And then I was like, that'd be nice, you know, just to show it and then wipe it off. Permanent markers. Oh, let's hope I can get rid of this. Well, for those of you who think teaching is hard, you should try cleaning the whiteboard that I've just been cleaning. Anyway, so this agency-based communicative pedagogical approach is an approach that I would like to comment with you throughout the weeks. And one of the key aspects of this approach is student autonomy and how we can foster it. So my question for this week is, how do you foster student autonomy in the classroom? How do you give them more responsibilities to create with the language? And now I would like to show you the place where I'm actually going to carry out the research throughout this year. This is where it all is going to happen. This is the classroom for this year where I will be carrying out my investigation. Notebooks on the table, course books ready. There's a camera right there in the corner to observe what I am doing as a teacher. Then, on the other side, we also have another camera to see how the students react to this approach. And on the tables there are also, as you can see, some voice recorders. So I can't wait to share my experiences with you, hear your all opinions about what you think is going on in the classroom, your points of view. And let's all together become better at what it is that we are doing. Let's all become those teacher researchers. Thank you everybody for all the messages so far and all the love. You've been great. Make sure you keep on commenting on the questions that I propose you so we can all together become those teacher researchers. And make sure you follow me either on Instagram @TheTeacherResearcher, on Facebook, NovELTies vlog, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, The Teacher Researcher. Have a lovely week everybody, and remember that a great teacher never stops learning. Take care.